just a caring and nice guy. Well, y'all are
He's a
too.
genuinely public spirited guy.
Yes, he.
Okay, good. Well, good morning, everyone, committee. Again, we look forward. I guess we're looking at, we do have looks like a quorum we have. So
Good morning.
it's
How you
officially
doing?
starting the meeting. Couple of things we want to do before we start the meeting. I was going to welcome Lynn Menard, but I understand she is up in Canada, so on vacation, or is it, you know, or just visiting?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't remember.
okay.
Or maybe she's just escaping for a while.
Ah, great, that's terrific. And,
What's to escape from? It's got that.
I know it, that's true.
yeah, pretty hard, especially in the summertime. Great. Well, we have a phone, so why don't we just go right into the approval of the July 27th minutes? Any additions, changes at all, corrections?
Only a question.
Sure.
Doug mentioned that he would like to have a 2 to 3 page home time fee magazine. I don't know what that is.
I started, she's the one that started it. Kind
I've
of.
slept since then.
Well, she came out with her hometown little newsletter, and I thought
Right.
it would be nice if maybe we did something similar to that quarterly, not business stuff, not whatever, but just kind of a Sky Valley Times, you know, and then let me promote it to my different media people and just different ways, instead of just an ad or something like that, because she did such a great job putting it together.
I think that's a great idea.
I understand what you're
More of a hometown
And
type
I think
thing.
that's a
Hey,
great
let's-
idea.
So we'll get into what Alan.
Are you talking like a newsletter, Doug, or a 3-tiered fold pamphlet, or?
Well, it would be, it can be, we had thought about doing something like that, because Mike and I, May, who was here, and we kind of wanted to do something like that, and then when Sharon came out with this, I said, I really like this, so it probably is an online type thing.
Oh, an online.
Something
Okay.
that would show the nature of the community.
Yeah, just
and
different.
sort of makes us differentiates us from other people.
Yeah, just more of a hometown thing where we could put, now, we're not gonna differentiate much from what she's doing, and we talked about this last meeting, so we would just take out, I mean, we could still keep the mayor's, you know,
The city reports, you would.
city reports, all that stuff would be taken out. Maybe change the front picture every quarter or whatever we did, so something simple.
Some events that have happened.
Yeah, but then really show the July 4th, you know, the things that are coming up in the fall festival.
Right, just display the good stuff going on.
Yeah, they're fun, you know, it's a hometown type place to come and.
Cool idea,
Yeah,
whoever came up with it.
well, they came up with it, I just kind of
On
broadened
the
it.
way to the meeting, I stopped by the croquet courts because their big tournament is having the finals and the finals today.
You didn't get in it, Jim? I figured you'd be over there in it.
I was kind of busy this summer.
Oh, it's
Not
a conflict.
But what I was gonna say was that it is the match that I was watching was just wickedly competitive and thoughtful, and it was like 2 chess masters playing. It just, you know, you just can't see stuff like that anywhere all the time.
I know that Dale wants to even make it go further, have an annual tournament from Atlanta all the way around, Dale Fenwick.
We could do that. We got
Yeah.
the course.
Yeah, that's what he wants to. Anyway, we digress. So that answers your question, so you can call the question.
Okay, I guess, at this point, do I hear motion to approve the minutes? Approve?
I approve the minutes.
Well, we have to have a
I would
motion.
make that motion,
Okay.
so let me ask one more question.
Okay,
Sure.
all right, hit it, Jim.
Okay.
I'm working on it. My memory's not what it used to be.
My memory.
What is that?
It's about the Raven Neighbor magazine,
Mhm.
and Tim's company micro targets audiences in small towns who are homeowners. how does he do that? And is that something that we could do?
Well,
Also-
he
It's a
calls you
mail-out
up and he
magazine.
asks you, he calls me, and I had to do a whole article talking about Sky Valley, so he just tries to hit all the communities around here, and he puts it into his magazine. I was in it, we were in it a couple months ago, so,
Okay.
yeah,
But he mails it to only homeowners in the area.
Yeah.
Oh, and only homeowners in this area.
I think though, yeah, but they'd have different regions. I think Clayton may have their own
Right.
stuff. They have different areas where they submit this magazine.
yeah. It's just a
So-
small little magazine, yeah.
So what's the advantage to us? Besides, we get to tell our neighbors about ourselves.
Pretty
We don't
much.
get,
Really,
get to
it's-
Atlanta, it doesn't get,
Jim, it really is, it's more geared to the club, in my recommendation on it, and they took out an ad on it because the people already live here in the area.
I see,
And
so.
so
like
Clayton
the
County, a lot of them
I
are, and
understand.
so it's a Clayton County, Clayton, I'm sorry, and of course Raven
This is
County.
Raven
So
County.
most of the people live here,
Most people want to
that's
play
their
golf
target.
close to home.
That's their target.
Okay.
And when I initially looked at it, that might want to run an ad, it is the case I thought, for the club, in this case, here, they run an ad and they've got several new members.
But they do
Obviously. So it
highlight
makes sense.
the whole area. They
Yes.
highlight it.
Okay.
Does that
And,
make
and
sense?
it doesn't cost marketing anything.
Okay.
Does it cost you, we're paying for an ad? Or the
No.
club is?
Yeah, they did cost us, no,
Yeah.
the club had their own ad,
Okay.
yes, and the ads are very expensive. It was, actually, their ad cost was more than their total ad budget. So, looking at it.
Yeah, well, it's good for us to know what the club's doing so that we don't
Yes,
duplicate.
yes, absolutely right. Good question, though, very good question.
Sorry, I wasn't here. at the
No,
meeting.
no,
I
it's
had to ask a
okay,
question.
great. So, again, we'll go back.
So moved.
So move, great.
Second.
Second, okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Very good, thank you. Okay, second item on the agenda would be marketing update. Doug?
Okay. Good to come in under the wire here. Just like I can never. 2 hours, 15 minutes, 2 hours, boy, you catch a red light here and there, and whatever. And I did, I was flipping through Mountain City there, and I was pop over there, and I'm like, oh, that, turn around and look, no, he didn't come after me, so,
Yeah, that used to be a notorious speed trap.
man.
Coming soon is that they're gonna start the enlargement of 441,
I saw that,
so
yeah.
it's gonna, you're gonna have to come in the back way. You know how to, we'll teach you how to come in the back way, otherwise you're not gonna get
Is that
that
way
way.
on the way out today?
Starting in
Well,
January.
it's not a bad idea, I remember when they were building 441.
I do too.
I hated coming up here, not only here, but because there were always construction stuff, and it just backed up for miles.
Well, this is
you know.
probably gonna be a 6 or 7 year project,
But,
so, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
well,
There'll be downtime too, though.
we'll see, all right.
All right.
I sent y'all the notes yesterday, so you can at least go on there and see Alan's, what he did, for us. So, again, why I bring, media people up here is just, especially, I don't bring just anybody up here. It's just very beneficial for us, and it's very cost efficient. And these people, media people, have read about Sky Valley over the last few years, and so they love, coming in. So Alan had said something about it, and Alan's got a great connection with this East Southern Golf. He's out of Florida, but he's tied into, he helps with New England Golf magazine. And they're starting a new online type stuff, so he's very involved with a lot of different things. So he been on my radar. I mean, he does a lot of stuff. He's certainly put other articles about Sky Valley in their website and the different things they had. So we've been talking about it, and so we worked it out. So certainly I talked to him. I didn't actually get to talk to him until this week, but he just again raved over the welcome that he got from everybody. And I don't know who all did everything. So, but he, he's just like the four guys who were up here earlier, could not say enough nice things. And these guys go on trips, okay? He's like, this was nothing like I've ever been on, so, and so that's the reason the other four guys said the same thing. And the other ones said, Fred and his, wife before and the others. So the hospitality up here has just been extremely well taken, which just goes a long way with these guys. So he was extremely impressed with everything. Certainly golf, I think it rained that morning, I think, and he got to play in the afternoon. But I learned how to play croquet, so, and the tour, I apologize, I've heard the very nice couple who took them
I
around.
think that was Jenny Smith.
Yeah, same people that took other people, I should remember, but, so it just everything, and then where he stayed, and then the lady who allowed him to stay there, brought him breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, he didn't tell me everything that brought. He's like, I've never had a breakfast like this, and just little things like that, it just goes a long way, and so he could not, sir. And he's going to, I don't know who all, he's like, I've already been invited back from 4 or 5 people. I'm like, well, if you come back, anytime, I'm sure they'd love to have you. So here's what Alan did, and you certainly go back if you haven't already and click on the link. And so in terms of what he's put on the newsletter, so the newsletter goes out every week. And so go back and read it if you didn't read it, I didn't print it out, but
She's got it up on the screen.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
There you go. So beautiful pictures, great. Al did a great job writing the story. So this will be on the website, their website, so people can go in and look. So it's up to us to help promote. So we help them promote this newsletter. He puts it out to his people. Now, remember, they're the ones that have a relationship with Apple News, and then Google News has picked them up. But Apple usually puts their articles up on Thursday. Apple has a sports travel section on Thursdays. So how many people, but that's been a huge thing. So they get a lot of people, seeing this stuff. And
There's the croquet.
and he does a great job with his website. One thing, Sharon, he did ask, and I think he's gonna write y'all again or send something. He would like to get this article to replace the article that's on, and that you might have to talk to somebody from Country Club, who I don't know if it's Country Club or Visit Sky Valley, has an article about Sky Valley with East Southern Golf. So we need to replace the old article with this new article, and I don't remember.
That's the June one. So he wants me to take it down? I was just gonna add to it.
Well, he doesn't care.
Okay.
He just
Well,
wants.
that's
to-
here. I brought it.
Okay, all right.
That's-
Okay, great. Great. He just wanted me to keep up with all that. So he said, they loved the trip, thought the world of all of you, could stop talking about how great everything was. So thanks, for doing that. Alan, since they live in Florida, we are gonna be working on some real estate stuff. He's got some connections down there. Real estate's a little tougher to get into in terms of people, because Florida is such a real estate mecca. So their print and all that type of stuff, online stuff's a little harder to get into. And we want to get into it without any cost, So that takes a little longer, but if we have people that, work within this area, that certainly will help. So that's on his radar as well. So let's see where we got all that stuff. Oh, all right. So we did all that. So we will be sending this out. Probably not till Tuesday, because we're gonna get past the Labor Day, everybody gone type scenario. And we'll send this out to our, database, that type of stuff. This article,
Where is his, what regions does he cover?
well, he covers everything. Now, he's Southern Golf, okay? So he talks more about the Southern stuff, but like I said, he has a partnership with New England Golf.
Okay,
So this article is gonna go in New England Golf, which is actually a magazine and online. Excuse me. Next time they come out, which I'm not sure when it is, I actually just talked to the publisher. So they're one of our media partners. So they cover 5 states up there in New England. And they do a fantastic job. So that's kind of our partnership type thing.
That's great, because they got some winners that people can get.
Oh, well, we want them to come down and, you know, experience, what we have here in Georgia. So, I put this number 2 was back to the same old things. I sent, I don't know if it was Gordon, I guess it was probably started with Gordon. We had a couple of nice inquiries, because y'all are part of the travel company that we have out there that different people, you know, put with Brian, who was here in May with golftrips.com. So we don't promote extra things for Sky Valley because we don't have accommodations. But I don't mean I stop people from looking, okay? So we get some stuff, and we've done some stuff. Oh, but we had a couple of nice ones, you know. We had a group that wants to come September. There's 12 golfers. I think there was another one with 4. So I'm continuing to throw this out so we can continually to talk about it, figure out how we can do more of these, because if it's early and we've done this, just send it right through. My mind's just gone because I've been driving too long.
Well, the comment that I have putting on it is, how do we handle it? So we've had 2 of them, and there seems to be a need to get this to the city or the club, and I don't see a club member here. And we've gone back and forth. We get these leads, and they got to be responded to. And, you know, they come in, they're looking for call play, and they're looking for a place to stay. They say, just see that call. Well, that's hot stuff coming in. We're getting a lead from them, and it seems to be, I call that we should have someone designated either in the club or the city, or when these leads come in, who do you suggest to send it to? We need to follow. We can't just have it there. I mean, here we got people coming here, a group of 12, and they're gonna, housing they're gonna need, and they're gonna need housing, of course, the golf. And right now, it seems to be, it's a vacuum. And I've asked the club to get involved and appoint someone that possibly administrative, someone that you could send the leads to, or should this lead be sent to the city? Open discussion on it, but I think we need to have a smooth transition when you get these leads. Any comments on it?
we're getting the short-term rental stuff all really cranked up and really organized, shall we say.
Yeah.
So that's one possible. The other thing
In
is,
other words, we could send these leads to all of the
Owners.
Airbnb and all the short-term rental owners and see who raises their hand.
sure,
Some
I
people
see
may
that
not
all the
want-
time on Facebook and the Sky Valley
Okay.
neighbor. Somebody will write in saying, I'm coming to Sky Valley, such and such a
Yeah.
date. Anybody have a place we can stay? And I always see responses from the short-term rental people.
Okay,
So that's one way. And the
Okay.
other way is, we're working closely with Harrison Merrill, and in the future, I think we'll be able to answer that question even
Okay.
more. So that, but that's not gonna solve the problem right now, but that would be my recommendation. Because we will have all the owners of the short-term rentals, because they all have to come in and apply for their license.
got it, yes,
So,
okay,
and we can ask them if they'd like to be included in our mailing system from our wonderful communication specialist over there. So that might be one way.
okay. That's the housing, and now in terms of, now these are specifically leads for golf. golf and housing. How-
Well,
Yeah.
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gotta go the same person guy, because that's what I do with my other ones, because
Yes.
we get in quite a few, people still don't know about Sky Valley, but everybody that comes to Sky Valley loves Sky Valley, so you have the product. We just gotta let people know, and that's what we're doing. But with this travel thing, is we want them to come, like it, you know, that weekend, oh, well, maybe I wanna come back and look at more things, or buying a lot or home up here in the future, telling other people about it, that type of stuff. So what I do with everybody else that I send stuff to is I have a designated person, okay, at each one of the resorts or whoever, and I send this inquiry right to them with a little note saying, hey, here, can you help? And here's my number. If you need my help, let me know, you know? So however y'all wanna do
I
it,
think
it's
I
really,
have to have a contact of
it's
where do I
not-
go with it?
Pardon me?
I mean, she was saying I would do it, and that's great. I don't mind taking calls, but I mean, who would I go to then? Because we don't,
Well, should you
Well,
go to
like
the
you said,
golf?
if we have a database of all our short-term
oh,
rental
we'll have
people,
that.
you could just slip it out to them.
Well, typically now, what does the club do? The club gives it, and of course, they'll say they can record the time. Yes, I have tea times available, and then they'll refer to, I guess, the VRBO, or go out and try to find a place, you know, to stay.
Or
Yeah,
let
Or,
Sharon know.
yeah, let Sharon know. But if this is specific golf, and you're doing the golf, should this be going to the city, or should this go to should the club? I would, my better judgment says the club, if it's golf, the club should do it, and then maybe we could assist in the housing if we want, but
Or the
or-
club
or-
could say, go online to VRBO or Airbnb
yeah,
and just put in Sky Valley and they all come up.
okay. So where
yeah,
should we
as long as
send
you
it?
have an equation, I mean, you know, the equation, however you do it, everybody does it differently,
Yeah.
okay, so there's not a set answer. Whatever, we want somebody to contact these people ASAP,
Yes, that's the
because
key.
they're not looking at Sky Valley, they're looking up here at, you know, the street here, or somewhere else. And, so we want them to grab them and make them
That's
come
the key.
here, especially when you see a group like 12, okay?
Yes,
Yeah,
That's gonna stay 3 or 4 days. So however y'all do it, I'd be glad to filter my way in. Usually, I don't know if the homeowner or whoever could do it and maybe say, okay, hey,
we need
Well,
somebody
somebody's gotta
full-time
contact
that's
them.
here.
somebody's gotta contact them, like Bill, okay? So Bill contacts the people, here you go, here's the dates, yeah, we have this available, whatever. Maybe Bill or whoever can say, hey, and here's the phone number to the clubhouse, you have to take care of your own golf.
I personally think it has to be someone that's here, some administrative that they're here available, answer the phone or respond immediately. And if the city would do it, and then they could peel it out, if you feel that Sharon has the time to do that, I
Well,
just.
now, when Doug sets this up and he knows these 12
Yeah.
people are coming.
Yeah.
Doug could also say, go on Airbnb, go on all these Airbnb sites and make reservations.
Here's my thought on that, I can certainly do everything. Second thing is, we want them to, as I do with all these resorts, I want them to be able to answer questions. I don't know, I gotta get back to you, I don't know. Oh, we can do this, whatever. Now, then, you know, I'm giving you this inquiry. Now you got a phone number, you got an email address that you can add to your database, okay? All that type of stuff is easy. Now, because we have not done a whole lot, we're not getting a whole lot. But I can tell you one thing, Jekyll Island gets 2 or 3 a week, okay? And I split them up. I don't, unless they specifically, say, hey, I wanna go to the Westin on Jekyll Island. Okay, here you go. But if I just get, hey, Jekyll Island, then I'll take it down to Holiday Inn and the Westin and the Marriott and I first come, first served, but then they sell their product to the person. And oh, by the way, we have 63 holes of golf down here and we'll help you get a tee time.
I think in this, my judgment is that we should be handling it. You give us a lead, then we gotta jump on. I think,
You mean as far as golf?
yeah, golf or housing, yes.
Yeah.
In his case, it's golf and housing. Do you get any leads or just housing?
No, yeah, they just say, hey, yeah, we'd like a tea time in the early
Yes.
morning, or we'd like to play 27 holes on Friday and 18 Saturday.
Right.
They'll give me that type stuff. And then I'm like, okay, I'm giving this.
I'm just saying, well, I just say when you get it, someone's interested, we need to follow up like ASAP.
Yeah,
And I just need someone that is available if they're on vacation or city to city or the club, someone who could do this. Now, it's only one or two, it's only one, if it's a dozen.
Well, the only thing the city could do is offer, the place to stay. We wouldn't be involved in it.
We would offer the whole database
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
because we wouldn't
Or-
want
yeah.
to pick or choose.
well, one of the things people, I mean, if the group has 12 people
Yeah.
and it's 6 couples,
Yes,
then, now you know how many bedrooms you need. But I'm thinking that a group of 12, I'm not sure they want to deal with 20 different
yes,
short-term rental people. They want somebody to sort of say, look, get us nice
Yes.
rooms, in this price range, and, if there was a way that we could offer them a package, I think we'd probably stand a better chance of bringing them in.
Yeah,
I think-
but who would direct that?
Well, I think that's the question.
that's the question I have right now
The
is,
club, or does the person need to be an intermediary between all of the short-term rental folks who would then reply to that person, and that person would try and set up a package for them?
That would be the ideal way.
That's the
But can-
ideal way.
Can the club handle that?
to me, the club would be the ideal way
I think so
to do
too.
it. They get the clubs and
I mean,
then,
we'll certainly assist by the
Yeah.
database, but,
or if they
And
have
we can
someone in the
get-
club
we
that
can send an email out to get people to contact the person who's gonna.
Do you have someone who could do the running? Yeah, they dump it off and say, go find your housing for you. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, they might,
This
well,
person's
I'm gonna
gonna
do
do it.
someone else
That's
down here
more
will do
work
it
than
for
they
me.
might wanna do.
Is there a way of doing that? And I don't wanna overburden them,
Yeah.
but
bring that to the board that's why Lynn should have been here. She's on the board.
yeah, so I was hoping that was,
Yeah.
that was gonna be the key person to run this through.
Right.
I personally think the club should be running on this thing and then maybe clearing up, even helping out and finding housing. Someone get on the phone, who's available?
Yeah, I think,
I'm sorry,
I think the club might ought
Yeah, I
to
do
do
too.
this, because they're gonna be more out, but here's the situation. If you throw it out to somebody.
Yeah.
And let's just say that Bill, he's got 4 or 5 places, well, all 4 or 5 of those places aren't gonna be open, probably. So you have 12, so he can house 8.
yes.
Well, you're not gonna care about those other 4. Am I gonna go look up those other 4 play people?
That's why we need a
Yeah.
guy or a
That's
gal.
kind of what I'm saying,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
You
think
need to
it's a
find
good
somebody,
idea.
and say, okay, we got 8 taking care of Bill, and then Jill's gonna take care of the other 4,
Yeah.
these people gonna stay here, and they're gonna stay here. Now, how do we figure out how you guys make some extra money on this?
I don't think we need to make extra.
I don't think at this time.
Because
This
it's-
time, okay.
Yeah, just.
Remember, our
It's a
marketing
service.
is to,
It's up to you.
is housing. They come here, play golf, they might wanna live here. And
Yeah.
they have a good, good
I
experience
know
in
several
housing.
people who have
I mean,
stayed
you
in
get the
short-term
green
rentals
fees,
and bought
you
property
get the
here.
green
Green
fees, you wouldn't
fees,
otherwise have gotten.
Club is getting it, they get lunch, dinners.
Yeah.
We have a certain
Yeah.
person
And the housing.
who
the
runs
housing.
a
We're gonna look at
short-term
housing.
rental too.
I just wanna see,
Sharon, you do everything?
She has a short-term.
Our
rental.
house.
I just think it has to be a positive, no delays, just
Yeah.
boom, boom, you just
Yeah.
snap on this and, oh, you know, everything.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to go back to the article, excellent article.
Yes,
Easy,
I'll tell them.
quick readings and photographs, great. If you go back to the bottom of it, Sharon,
Okay.
for more information, please visit skyvalley.com or skyvalleycountryclub.com. That's where you want to get your contacts. It would seem to me that that would include housing and club fees or whatever would be the once that lead comes in.
I don't know, and I haven't looked at Country Club's website lately. I don't know if they have a thing for packages. That would be, if we could send them there and just, hey, make it simple, click on packages. Here you go. Phone number will go to the club, okay? And
Well,
then
the lead, actually, the person reading that would not come to you, they would come directly.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, they're gonna go, we're gonna send them directly to the clubhouse.
Right.
Or the
People,
website,
Yeah.
yeah.
and let them, and then I know Steve's leaving, but whoever down there would, say, hey, here you go, we're gonna send this to Barbara or
Doug,
whoever.
why don't, or Gordon, why don't we invite, maybe Roy Aiken, the president, and tell him that this is a service we think is essential, and get him here in the meeting, and we'll kind of figure it out.
That's great.
Using their website, and talk
Yes.
about
You
packages.
could,
Yes.
in that lead, you could say, skyvalley.com or whatever the URL is, /housing or
Yeah, no.
/tea time.
Yeah.
And it would go directly.
Good idea,
To the-
good idea,
Great.
Paul. Great idea.
So we'll follow up in this, and I think someone agreed for the golf leagues, and we'll follow up with the club.
And then we can,
And just
And the
coordinate
city
it
still
all.
Yes,
continues to
yes,
have
yes.
a role here because the
Yes.
city has the list of everybody and can send out that
How
mail,
Right.
email to that list.
Yes,
And people could raise their hands and you find out right away if you can be able to accommodate a group of 12 or not.
right,
Just first come, first served.
Yeah.
right.
but they gotta call John Doe at the club.
Well, I think the coordinator at the club could take
That's what
care
I
of
mean,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
It would go to whoever's email.
Yeah, because I don't think you need 5 people calling this one person on the inquiry.
No, no,
Uh,
one person,
Not from Sky Valley,
Yeah.
okay.
It would go
Yeah.
specifically.
Go back to one person,
To
and
that
one person
URL.
says, yeah,
Yeah.
we have a 3-bedroom and a 2-bedroom condo. And this will work out perfectly for you.
And the same
Yes.
time, they set up the tea times, and we can talk about if they want to offer packages at that
Right.
point too. The club.
And I think when we get to that point, trust me, this is the reason I keep always bringing this up, because I want to eventually
Yeah.
make it a solid rock, package, rock solid, I guess is.
Either way.
Thank you. And so then we can do this at the bottom of articles
Right.
or whatever.
okay,
Hey, for packages,
For housing and tea times,
boom.
They click on it, it goes
right,
straight.
yes,
to whoever's gonna coordinate it.
right.
What would the other parts of a package be? Would it include
Whether they get a deal on the golf price or,
or the meals?
or whatever,
Or-
yeah.
Or the housing.
Or the housing, yeah.
Yeah.
Housing, they can get off merchandise, you get 10% off merchandise at
Yeah.
the club.
Yeah.
Meals at the cafe, corner cafe, whatever that's called.
Yeah. Summer getaway, winter getaway.
Yeah, something.
Offer-
And then, we know they're coming, the city, excuse me, has a little goodie bag that everybody gets of information that we've done in the past. We don't have to give away a lot of hard items like golf balls or hats or anything, but just make sure they get plenty of information about real estate, the city, and magazine, things like that everybody would hand. And then what I've always told anybody that comes in that has a pretty good group, and it'd have to be 10 or more. I don't know that I could give y'all golf balls up here that y'all can keep.
Well, it could be in the packets.
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we can do that type stuff. That's what Bridgestone wants me to do anyway. But then I also tell these people, say, hey, tell the people, we will give every one of their members, some free Bridgestone golf balls. But then y'all make sure y'all have I gotta have all the stuff ready in bags, and then, hey, we got 12 people coming in next Friday and take it over to the clubhouse.
Well, that would be the coordinator at the club could do all that, yeah.
Perfect.
I think that'd be great.
Very
Perfect.
good.
All right, we keep
Did that
going.
answer your question, Jim? Did that,
Yes, yes.
okay.
Great. It's important, okay? And I think we're getting there, and then we can do a lot more on our end to really promote. Oh, I didn't know Sky Valley had places to stay.
That also would give us some data on the effectiveness of what we're doing.
Sure.
Which would be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So we could certainly promote it in different ways.
Yeah.
Social media, we're still doing Sky Valley through all the guys now. So, and then Alan as well. So that's because we're broadening our database because people have been here. With the media guys, they are doing stuff for us as well. I already mentioned the New England Golf Magazine. This article will be out there whenever the next issue's coming out, I'm not sure exactly, I think it's a monthly. Still working on, which I've gotten in touch with the, Georgia State Golf Association, who are coming, at the end of October with the South Carolina, Georgia ladies groups that's gonna be competing here. And so they are gonna do a couple of nights, and so they're gonna promote Sky Valley, and we're gonna talk to her,
Is the
about,
tournament gonna be here, Doug?
yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
here.
fabulous.
Yeah, I forgot the dates, 17th through 19th or 27th.
Of what-
She wrote me that at the
Of
end of
what
Oc-
month?
in the October.
October.
Okay.
That's coming up.
Yeah, it is. So, and this, they've been so busy, the lady apologizes that I'm sorry I hadn't got back to you. Because one thing we wanted to do is, as I've mentioned before, I have a lady who has written a book about the Fusky Island, which is down near Savannah. And she.
Hope it's still there.
Well, that's true. That's true. I heard Savannah's lost a lot of power. But we're gonna get her to come up and speak, because she lives in Atlanta, and she has a home down in Defusky, and all of a sudden this whole novel thing came up, and so she's writing a mystery, and she's gonna continue to do novels. The publisher loved what she did and said, "Can you do more?" So it's really cool, and you can go on and see her.
Well, you know, the club does that. They bring in authors.
Yes, and I talked to Cheryl.
Good, good.
And but Cheryl, because somebody said go to Cheryl, so I did go to Cheryl. She said, "Well, Doug, we've already finished." And I'd already talked to, I had to check with the guy who was here a couple of years ago with the GSGA, who fell in love with Sky Valley in 19 years, being a part of Georgia Golf Association, never been to Sky Valley. And then fell in love with it, and that's why he, I said, well, anything you can get us up here like this, we would love to have, so that's when he came back and said, well, we have this thing with South Carolina Last. I said, perfect, we could love to market the ladies, that would be fantastic, so that looks like they're gonna get together and come up with details, and she's gonna speak at one of the dinners, and sign books and give away books and things like that, so.
What is that date again?
I don't remember, and I apologize, I could look on my phone,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's the, and I'll let you know.
okay, yeah.
It's also, it should be on the calendar of the club. Because if they're
What
gonna
would you
take
like?
out some tea times.
What would you like marketing to do at this time? Do you have anything?
Certainly closer to, we probably would like somebody maybe meet, the lady's name is Laura Smith, the author, so she's just gonna come up for the evening.
Okay,
And then certainly, I don't know, whoever's gonna meet, the lady with the, GSGA, who's gonna come up and spend the 3 or 4 days here, so we can talk about that. Let's talk about that next meeting and try to finalize some details and stuff. So, but just little things like this, but we're gonna promote in South Carolina about Sky Valley, over there with these ladies. So certainly maybe every lady from South Carolina gets or both. I mean, the ladies from Georgia might not know anything about Sky Valley either. So I think, and there's only, maybe 12 on each team. It's like a Ryder Cup type format, type thing. So, yeah, we would probably want to make sure they all got, goodie bags. Still trying to work on another little small group of media people to come up for just golf and a tour, not necessarily stay. And working on, this is just come up fairly recent, so I'm working on it. I go down to PGA show every year in Orlando, the last part of January, which I always miss January's meeting. But working on a deal where I'm going to be able to sponsor Sky Valley to the media people. So we have a big, huge media room. Okay, we go down there, and they all go and do everything. All right, so everybody, all the guys you met, they run around and talk to people or whatever. And I'm not a media person, but I, know all these guys, and that's who I did. So for 2 days, I line up meetings And all I do is sit at a table, these big old round tables, and I line up meetings. And I said, hey, can you meet me at 10 or 12 to whatever? I don't even go out on the floor very much, because they're there for golf pros to buy their merchandise, things like that. So I go down there and say, hey, to a few people, but I want all these media people. So there's an opportunity that we're gonna hopefully be able to grab, where I'm gonna be able to
There it
promote.
is, there it is. Excuse me.
Oh, good. Not that I
You
can
say
read.
women's.
28th,
challenge?
29th.
Yeah,
That's it, and it
20
starts the 28th.
28th.
It's what it looks like on their calendar.
yeah, well, women's channel tonight, so it's the 28th,
Okay.
29th, 30th.
Oh,
Okay,
weekend.
cool. It's right before Halloween. So, this will be huge. So we're gonna hope they all have little boxes. We put stuff in, we put stuff on the tables. We can,
Maybe they need to dress up for Halloween when they play golf, wouldn't it? That would be fun.
well, maybe the marketing committee ought to come out on each hole. Casper the Ghost or Harry Potter. Wow, you know what? Finally met Harry Potter. He's a lot older than he used to be, but, so,
Elvira the witch.
yeah, oh,
there you
I'm gonna say who's gonna be that one.
go.
Anyway, that's,
Right, and that will have our hay bale trail all in full swing.
oh, sure, so,
If it doesn't rain too much.
that's it for me. I'm definitely planning on coming up. I know we'll have another meeting before.
Do we need to try to set up a meeting with Roy before our next marketing meeting? to get
Yes.
that in?
Yes.
That's probably good,
Yes.
so we
And would you,
And I just-
and would you be willing to drive
Would
you
you?
2.5 hours again?
I can tell you, it's really not bad.
It's
And I will tell you another thing that's going on at home that probably y'all all have to deal with, but my wife retired from education and she's trying to start her online fashion business. So she's been through with work for 2 months. She's every day, what y'all deal with, and deal with this every day. Now, she's been home for 2 months, and I'm like, So, to answer your question, very polite, politically correct, yes, I probably would love to come back up here.
Great.
You know, it's an adjustment, you know.
Oh,
When
okay.
both parties waited, you retired too.
Well, see, I understand, now, see, I work at home, so I don't have an office somewhere that I go to. So, she said she's starting this, real frustrated because it's not happening now. I said, you know, when I started this business 30-something years ago, it took me like 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, I worked full time and did this a little bit on part time, then a little more and a little more, and I finally just said, okay, I'm done it. So, you know, she's like, So it's, everything's different. So, no, and so I love it. Every time I can open that door, the car door, you know, and man, just smell it.
So,
And whatever, hey, I got y'all on my phone, on the weather channel, you know, weather app, whatever. So I just click where, you know, oh, look at that, this, man, it's 58 degrees.
Well, we
So,
certainly will help you with the divorce thing then.
yeah, well, I mean, you know, if y'all got an extra bedroom somewhere or whatever.
well, I guess in terms of setting a meeting, you're available with just a
I don't,
time,
yeah,
okay?
trust
And
me.
Mayor, are you available?
I think
Yes, you do.
it's
Well, it
fine.
just depends on
Wait,
what
no.
day.
Okay, good.
Why don't you come up with a couple of days that
Yeah,
Roy can
I'll
meet, and
follow
then
up.
we'll all
That'd be
do
great.
that. Yeah.
I'll follow up. Good. Okay. Thank you.
Doug, I
Good
just want
report.
to say, these media people that you invite to Sky Valley are serious people and they're
They are.
very perceptive. And every one of them seems to be able to deliver articles and stuff like that, so.
They will,
I think
and
this is great.
there's, I mean, we could just have an opening door, but we don't want an opening door. I can't say the best of the best, because a lot of times the best of the best are very expensive, okay? So I told you, like, it costs me money for all 4 of the guys to come in May. Then y'all help out with some of the stuff, so I don't mind doing that, you know? But I want to continue to do that with new people as much as possible. And some of these guys, I'm not gonna bring, I'm just not gonna bring, I know them, There's one guy from Pittsburgh, he's got a TV show, he's got a magazine and whatever. He will not fit in with y'all. He's just wild, but he gets a lot of stuff done. So he's been after me. I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna take you down to Jekyll. You know, we're gonna put you up down there and you can go play all the golf you wanna do and all that type of stuff. But he's very valuable to the Pittsburgh area, you know, which we get a lot of people from down there. So, yes, so there's a lot of, you know, I just don't have a list. So,
Just one comment, and I think Jim, you commented on this earlier, maybe before we started the meeting. You focus on golf and you do a great job.
Right.
This article also had croquet. Croquet is the next big thing.
Oh,
There's no question
And
about it.
Pickleball.
pickleball, sure.
And a way to think about that and look at that is something that I think you're looking at, Mayor, whenever you met with our croquet committee.
Yeah.
You met with, who's our chairman?
Okay.
Dale. You met
Dale,
with-
Dale
Right,
Fenwick,
you met
yeah.
with Dale.
Mhm.
And in Atlanta, they have a Peachtree Hills croquet group.
And that's who he's trying to get involved with,
And
yeah.
that group is sanctioned by the National Croquet Association. We're getting that. And it's just it's the next big thing. And there's going to be a lot of publicity around it. If you go up on the Peachtree Hills website, you'll see all the television they've got, all the promotion they've got.
Yeah, I know, but,
So I would recommend, I think it's a new business opportunity.
well, those guys, everybody's loved it, you know, and Mike and all the guys that came in May, they had more fun, I think, standing out there on the croquet court, knocking it around.
It's nice.
And then Mike came back with his girlfriend, and stayed down at Dillard. But he came up here and did a couple of things and played croquet and just, so they're knowing and they understand. And so, you know, what we've evolved, and I'll shut up, what we've evolved to is, yeah, we're doing golf, but we're going after the golfers who have money. But we're also, okay, because that's something I learned a long time ago. Can't just market to anybody. But what we're trying to do is, hey, we're promoting Georgia through golf. Okay, so what else where can you eat? Where can you have attractions? What else can you do? Oh, by the way, we have a great golf course here, you can stay here or here.
We've got a well-rounded package of recreational opportunities. We've got waterfalls out the wazoo,
Yes, we
10
do.
miles of here. We've got fishing. We've got the hiking. We should be able to hike in Sky Valley.
Yeah,
We're working
It's
on
great around.
You've got a key
There's just so
differentiator.
much.
You've got a key differentiator than just the golf club.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You've got all of these add-ons. And
absolutely. And every golfer's got a family that wants to find things to do. I mean, like the Dahlia event every year. We've got so many rivers. You can float, you can canoe, you can kayak.
well, I think that's why Sharon is full
Yeah,
forward
yes,
Raven,
right.
because we
Yeah.
work a lot with Forward
Okay.
Raven, and croquet certainly could be
But-
advertised better.
But that's what marketing's about.
Yeah.
You one has to say it. I'm gonna just make a food recap here in terms of Doug's visit. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone involved, and there's a lot involved. People are jumping through loops, and I'll just give you a thanks. There's what we're trying to do here in the media visit. First of all, when they first came in, I think when they're coming in and the first thing to do is see this visitor center. That's really a positive deal. Monica came in and thanked you, did a great job. You weren't here at the time, but she showed you the kiosk, how to use it, and very impressive. This is really a starting point, very positive. And then I have to thank Gail Greenfelder for the last one. There was nothing available in terms of time he wanted to do. Gail stepped up and to use her condo, you know, and then she's, I've got to give them that. So very friendly people, just positive people talking about it. You know, we pay for, I did say, Gail, I'll pay for we'll pay for your cleaning costs, but you know, she does this all, just really friendly people who want to step up and help in Sky Valley. Check-in, we talked about the wine and wickets, you know, we had to change schedule around, they're real late, Paul, you came for the reception, and you had to go wine and wicked, so they came a little later. But that was a wonderful package, change it around, I mean, they were so receptive, in this case here, Dale Fenwick went through it, as
Went
he
through it.
was so over, sort of like the committee chair on that. or-
Comprehensive.
He's the director.
The director.
whatever, of
Committee
Croquet.
chair.
Committee
I
chair.
mean, he stepped up and brought them through, showed them how to do it, and okay, brought them out there, introduced them to all these people here, and they just very, very friendly. He says, did I do a good job? I said, you did a great job. He went out of his way. And then there was a lot of people playing at that time. I don't know, he had 4 different sets of players, but it was
4 different sets.
impressive, very impressive to see all those people out there and very friendly. And then we, of course, then immediately after croquet, Lynn Menard, she went ahead and really stepped out of her way and set up all the meetings for dinners. The club paid for all the dinners and making all the arrangements and so thank you, Lynn. And then, of course, due to storms in the morning, I looked out in the morning for golf. And the lake out there, oh my goodness. And goodness, everyone made the changes, the golfers after Jim Redding and our friend, neighbor over there, they changed, instead of playing golf in the morning, they arranged to do it in the afternoon. So,
Well, something just occurred to me,
Yeah.
speaking Gordon, I'm ADHD, so I have to do this. The club has just hired a new general manager,
that's okay.
so maybe that would be the person that we should go through. That would be up to the club, but this
That's
general
a good idea.
manager is a new position.
Okay,
So I
very
think,
good,
so I
yes.
think, that just hit me, that
Yeah.
maybe he would be the one, and I think he's
Good
coming
idea.
We're starting this month.
this
So,
month,
yes,
yeah,
ah, Okay.
yeah. So general manager might be the one, maybe we need to invite him too, to the meeting.
Okay, very good, excellent.
Well, what I'll do too on that meeting, and I'm not gonna interrupt you for 2 seconds, because again, I'll
Yeah.
forget stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
This is the ADHD.
Wi-Fi, why you interrupt me? I said, I'll forget in 2 minutes,
Yeah.
So we'll go through everything from A to Z in terms of going through Brian's. We'll get that pulled up on there, not, you don't have to do it now, but in that meeting, and we'll show them and how they go to golftrips.com, which gets just millions of hits all over the world, okay? Just because of the name of it. So, and they go to Georgia, and they go to Georgia Golf Trail, and they go to Sky Valley, and here you go, and here's the list of what they send me in terms of inquiries, that type of stuff, and I'll bring you some samples and say, okay, here you go, this is how it's done, and then come up with that. So whoever's gonna say, well, how do we get this, where do we get this from? So,
Yeah. I think general manager would be the one, because Steve Hare or whoever
Yeah,
in charge of golf doesn't need to be this, I think the general manager.
Right.
and he would appreciate it because it give him an insight as to
Right.
what's going
Good
on.
idea,
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah, that's very,
I agree.
yes.
And he
probably has
also
all-
would be over the food guy or gal,
Yes.
whoever's gonna do the food.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
We end up delegating the actual
Yep.
coordination,
Yeah.
but that's fine.
But then in wrapping up the thank yous, you get Jeannie going, still doing the tour. She stepped up. I asked her to call. She was supposed to do it in the afternoon. Well, she did it in the morning and did a wonderful job, and she's so pleasant.
She's a wonderful
Yeah, she
ambassador.
is.
Very
Yes,
nice lady.
yeah, just
Yeah.
there and the whole thing, and of course Jim Long and golf and Jim Redding, they were just wonderful ambassadors. All these people just positive and coming. And then they had dinner at the night, followed up with dinner, and there again, these people showed up, at a large table, lots of friendly people. You were sitting at the table with us, everything was
Trudy
good.
and I were there.
Yeah, Judy was there sitting down, and it was at their cost, of course. Everyone, there's no cost to marketing. These people volunteer to sit down, talk to them, chat with them, and they give
Good
them very
conversations.
conversations, yes. what's going on. So there's a lot that goes into it, but it's a positive effort. Yeah, and certainly what he wrote, I know I asked him, Alan said, well, what should I write about Sky Valley? And I said, well, at the end, I said, and he did it high. He says, we always want to keep the Sky Valley's highest and coolest in Georgia, and he caught that. Mountain friendly, he really liked the mountain friendly. Oh, I love that mountain, because the people are so friendly. You don't find that everywhere.
Yeah,
You can go just a few miles north of here and you don't find it at all. So, I won't say it. We have something very special here, and we want to get that out. Championship Golf Course, new existing homes, housing, and then, of course, you said, many things to do besides golf. Golf is the centerpiece, but there's a lot of things to do for the family, and he nailed it.
Yeah, he nailed it in the title when he said
Yes.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes,
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what we're trying,
yeah.
that's what we're trying to promote.
you know, what you're doing is, was just great. I don't know, any other comments on that is business at all?
Well, now Sharon is our representative on Ford Raven, so, you know, she can get all this to Ford Raven too, for them to put out.
Yes, okay, very.
Can
good.
we actually, do we have the right to use that article as a printout or?
Okay,
We're good.
we are, okay.
I don't know if Ford Raven would want to pick it up, but she goes to the meet, she's on the board, so she can handle that.
Great. All right, thank you. Let's go right into the, Young, thank you for your report. I think it was very good. Let's do the website update. Of course, since Jason's not here, do you have anything to update us on, Sharon?
Just that we've been adding the media articles to the visitor site, and events, of course, are added. Summer and fall articles of like kind of packages of like what these are ideas that a family could do in this area for summer. And then another article that these are things for the fall. So
Okay.
we're working on those.
Great. With the website, it looks great, and what you're doing there, what a change on it. Thank you. Okay, visitor center, I know Jason's not here. Anything you can share with us in terms of?
Well, I just wanted to show this. This is at the top. You can see those are our current advertisements they're working on. That's quite a list. Upcoming, and then there are opportunities that we're still. This is the main thing we've been talking about for the past few visits is the streaming and contacting a direct audience with the demographics.
Okay,
And they haven't decided which company to go with yet, but they're looking at two different ones. But obviously, we're out there because anything they put out there is for Ford Raven, but then it links it back to us.
Okay.
So it's definitely a
And
plus.
they do TV spots. And
Yeah, they're
radio
looking at that,
spots
yeah.
and, yeah, so maybe
All
we can
kinds
get
of
more of
things.
those too. That would be great. Because I know they had the Atlanta market, because I remember seeing stuff about us in the Atlanta television, so.
Yeah,
That
Channel
would be
5 or
great.
something.
very good. Very good, thank you. Going into, there's a Ford Raven, a marketing board meeting report. Anything?
Oh, yeah, that's kind of what I just did. That's next on your list, the
Yeah,
fall
right,
ad.
Right,
Really nice.
yes.
That's pretty.
You see any changes on it, what she did, just a wonderful, I love the Scott Valley fall, she got that in there, isn't that nice, colorful? Just very professional, thank you.
Thank you.
He just puts together. Any comments on that? Did you see the ad? Paul?
Nice,
Looks
nice.
But look at the color.
great.
Golf, you got
Very,
golf
very
in there? Beautiful. Doug, what's your any comments on that? Oh, see.
No, no, you can't hear me. I keep saying great, great, it looks great. This, I mean, this, I'm already thinking, and I meant to say something, but I knew we talked about the festival and sometime during this time. I have been promoting the festival to people who are locally, not John Doe, but guys who have media stuff, and so they've all said, hey, yes, send them something, so probably, and you sent just the festival one out, didn't you?
Mhm.
Okay, so I think I might just use that one and pass that on to these guys and say, hey, can you put this out, social media,
Sure.
wherever you put it out, so. And so let's get some other ideas too. Is this where is this?
It's on our website.
It's on the website.
No, this is Clayton Tribune's. This is the ad we
But I
submitted
did-
for.
it refers to our website, excuse me.
Yeah, it refers, but it's on the Mountain Traveler fall ad.
Okay, great.
I like the way you handle the asterisks.
Can you send me that? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
This one, no rush.
This is they have two publications a year, they have spring and fall, this is the fall publication for Clay Tribune.
Nice, very.
Yes. And but Sharon put it together very well, she got that all right away. Very good. Going on, let's go into the budget. I didn't want to penalize in the budget. asked Jason to update us, and he did. In terms of just overall, we're in good position. We have, looking at, there's bank balance of 13,000, and he reminded us that and that 13,000 of the bank balance. But the key here is I put together, we have total expenses of $9,699. Our budget is 19,000. But all of that, I projected our expenses, and after expenses, we have roughly $4,015 left. That's not allocated for. So if we take all our projected budgeted expenses, we've got about $4,900 that are still there that could be carried over, or if we have something that comes up that we would be interested in doing. So we're,
Speaking of something, yeah, and
Yeah,
that
that-
includes the possibility of using the television ads and.
yeah, that's what I'll be, the next item on
That's your
that. So
next
I'm just
item, okay.
preparing you that we have $4,900 that is it's in the budget. There's something cut them out. We're gonna have probably some other expenses, but taking all of our other expenses, we still have in that budget $4,900, and that includes $3,000 carryover. So we're projecting that $3,000 carryover next year, but we'll have $4,900 right now. If something goes, nothing important that comes up, we'll carry it over next year. So we're not gonna spend it, we know, but
That's fine.
makes sense, yeah. So we're in good shape, excellent shape.
That's okay.
Questions on it at all, about the budget at all? Great. Okay, that goes into the standby photos, videos. We need any suggestion, again, there might be some other ideas, cost. We're looking at fall festival or the galleries by the lake. Should we be committee, maybe updating our photos for that? Open to it, and maybe getting a local, we have money set aside in terms of for a local photographer if we so wish.
Well, the garden club pretty much takes a zillion photos
Okay,
and could share,
we share that.
yeah.
And that was the case there with that. And as you share, and you could, if they upload it to you, there's no issue with them sending it to you if we wanted to use it. Okay, all right.
Certainly.
Fall festival, with this case,
We'll have a photographer there, yeah.
will is the city gonna hire that, or should we default?
I don't know, that's a meeting tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so, but we have money set aside for,
You do,
yes,
okay, to hire a photographer.
yes.
Okay, how much you have set aside? I will pass that on to the chair, but I can't go
I don't
tomorrow.
want to
But I'll
give
pass
away
it
our
on to
secrets,
Bruce.
but yes. Okay,
Well, just give me a range.
Yeah, I'll give you an idea. Okay.
I would say
We
naturally,
have roughly,
a
Steve
range.
Denver incidentals, totals, we have, $1,139.
Okay,
So say $500-600 and
okay,
something.
I will pass that on to Bruce,
Okay,
trying
good.
to who's the chairman.
Okay, good, good.
Normally, I would say probably Jim Rose would do it, but I
Yeah.
think he's gonna be a vendor, so he can't do
And
it.
I'll be at the meeting tomorrow too.
Oh, you will?
Yes, yes.
Great, so you can bring that to him.
Yes, good. Okay.
Yes,
The costume event is very photogenic.
Yes, it is, and we have a photographer that's gonna take pictures of people with their dogs.
Cool.
You know, our, era, the gal who does all the fundraising for Clay,
Is that part of it?
she's gonna be it. So we have that, and we're gonna have the parade
What is
this
it?
time too, so that would be great.
Dog parade.
We're gonna have the
Read
dog
it in
parade.
the
too, yeah.
notes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we
Go
were
ahead.
talking about, before the meeting, the visuals that would come in
Right.
special venues.
The lady who lives in Sky Valley, who owns the company that controls all the,
Hit list thing.
the what?
Yeah.
Yes,
The television
Hit-
stuff, yeah,
Okay, that's the next item I will be
Okay.
talking about. Yes.
the reason I brought it up is that for that kind of marketing, events are really good
yeah.
to show,
Yeah.
because
Right.
Yes.
rather than a broad, this is Sky Valley.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
But
Yes.
if you just concentrate on one, like.
Fall
Yeah.
Fest. Fall
This is
Fest.
what I put together for that.
Yeah,
That's the
Oh,
way you
wow.
want to do
Wow.
that, an
Yeah.
event. So that would be very good for that kind of
Right.
venue.
You're amazing.
Yeah,
She can never leave.
Yeah.
She's great.
And this was going out,
This would be like on the she does like an animated thing where
Okay.
it'll fly into the television
Okay.
and have music or something and then.
Yeah, I don't
it's gonna
know.
be on-
I guess once we vote today, you'll contact her or I'll contact
yeah,
her.
okay. Well, I guess we can talk about Hit This Media. Let's talk about that right now.
Okay.
Hit This Media, I was at the meeting, a special project meeting, and there apparently was a need. Jim Rhodes had talked about the Hit This Media advertising the Fall Fest. And I said that happened to be there at the time, and I said, this is such something that they had no money set up, whereas it's something that that the marketing committee should be involved, in terms of at this point, so.
I think it's a
talking-
great idea and I
Yeah.
appreciate it, Gordon.
Yeah, putting it out,
You
so.
tailor the appearances for, maybe a 3-week period before they.
Yeah, that'll be part of the
then you
contract,
stop.
right?
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
I think Paul was gonna talk about, right? Or Gordon,
Yeah.
who has talked to her?
Yeah, so
You
we've been
have-
hitting this media, so initially that was $125, Jim Rhodes, initial contact, so I got that with Lynn Trehan, is it? And she lives here and she's one of the co-owners and got a little more information on it. And specifically, are you familiar with the CD ads in restaurants? They have different restaurants. Have you in this area, the Clayton area,
There's a
not
lot
just
of them.
Raven County? And looking at it, so the cost of doing it, it could vary depending on, there was Raven 1, Raven 2. Have you had a chance to look at it? I sent it out. Am I repeating myself?
I did, no, I
Okay.
know, I looked at it.
So you got Raven 1, Raven 2, and in terms of her cost of renting these things out, and the cost would be, run these restaurants, let's go over it, I've got information here, let me give you, here it is. If you had a chance to look at it, very good, thank you, that helps. So you advertise with us today, you can hit this media, and you got Raven 1, you got Raven 2, Raven, and so if you look at the restaurants there, Raven County 1. And she was saying, as you look at what she sent to me, I sent it on to you. Okay, the price, look forward working, the short-term contract requires a 2-month agreement. I live in Skyville, I'm willing to work with you. The price for the month is $250. You'll be getting 5 visual ads that are seen every 15 minutes on our screens. Our ads are seen in 10 locations, 400 times in an 8-hour day. Your ads are done with an animation which catches the person's eye when eating at our locations. We can work with the media artwork and require 1920 by 10,080 or ratio aspect. We can charge or create your ads. And in this case here, we can do different things. And in this case here, Sharon has volunteered to get involved with it. So, but the most important thing is, do we want to get involved? And it was before I go ahead, and I told Jim, I says, I wanted the committee to approve on it. And there is, for $250, we can get a 1 month's ad starting. The question is the time we want, 30 days prior to our event. So our event is October the 21st. We can go back 30 days and run this. And I thought it might be something to look at. Is this a media we might want to do in the future? Or we could go 2 months, which would double it from $250 to $500. So not knowing it, question is, do you like this idea? What do you think of the idea?
I think it's worth a try.
It's $250.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
seems like a reasonable
And
expenditure.
this would be, we have to pick our little region.
I'd say
Whatever you
yes.
call it.
1 and 2, I think.
No, 1 and 2. If you go 2, you add another $250.
Oh,
So it's
$500.
just one, it's,
I thought 1 might be, in it, but look at it. I'll let the committee.
I
Here's
like-
the
I like-
restaurant.
So
New
I like
joints
the
pop.
Second,
every one
Yeah, I think
is
the
$250.
No,
Right.
1 is for, no. Okay, good question. The $250 is for the 10 locations. That you say, can you see it? Say Raven 1. See the restaurants there?
yeah.
So that's $250.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
And the next one's another $250.
That's correct.
Okay, that's,
Look,
And you can run it for 2 months if you want. So you add on more onto it.
you know, you wanna go to people who aren't who aren't drunk looking at this. You know,
Yeah,
because you got these things at the bars
Yes,
typically.
I like two.
Dillon House looks good,
I like the second one.
yeah.
you like what?
Second one also.
Mhm.
Okay, which one do you think is better, U joint or the, I could do one or two, or?
I just think go with the second one.
I
Yeah.
do too.
And I think if we do the 2 month thing, people, you're sitting in the restaurant and you see it and it's 2 months away, are you gonna remember it when you walk out of the restaurant?
Okay, it's a very good point.
Yeah, so
Or
I think 1 month.
Or it could say, well, I'm gonna put it on my calendar, but.
Yeah, well, you know how that
that's
goes.
fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, okay,
I think the second one is a place that most people here around here go to a lot.
okay,
And I'm sure people will see, go to both sets of places. But I think that list are the people that get out
And
to
go eat.
eat and do things. So I
Okay,
think it's- I
got
think they get an active.
And I think
bunch of
there's a lot
folks.
of visitors who
I
go
think
there
so
too.
too.
okay, great. And so we'll just go for one, at this point, we'll try it out, or?
For a month.
Okay, and in terms
Well,
of,
that's my opinion, but
Okay.
y'all chime in if you don't think that's right.
I would support that.
I guess, I'd like to do as a motion at time, is there a motion that we approve this ad for $250?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Great, great. Our contact is at this point, I'll be attending that meeting tomorrow. I'll notify Jim and I guess, we will work
Bruce.
through, Sharon, I guess will be.
Are you following up with her?
Yeah, I'll follow up with her and then I'll tell her what we're gonna do and have her contact you. But
So
that,
then she'll come up with a contract that has to be signed, I'm sure.
okay. I would,
And I would
yes,
just
yes.
bring you and
Okay.
Jason.
Okay,
take care of that.
here's what she says. Once we approve, you can unscreen, you can, okay. Oh, it says here, we'll be happy to accept a check that is a bidder for you. We'll also have you stop by your office and drop off. So I'm sure there's a contract.
And I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
watch out for automatic renewals.
Right, okay. So I'll go ahead and contact her and then, and ask her to send the information to you, and you'll be the contact person for the ad, Sharon.
Okay.
Okay, great. Any comments? Very good, thank you, terrific. And I'll be at the meeting tomorrow, let Jim
And
know.
no,
Great.
Bruce.
Well, I'm saying Bruce.
Yeah, you let Jim know too, but.
Okay, yeah, well, Jim Rhodes Jim was. the
Oh, Jim
one-
Rhodes,
yeah,
okay.
Jim Rhodes is the one that originally,
Yeah.
I guess, received the information. Very good, thank you for that. Okay, going on, Hayville Trail. Any updates on that at all?
We right now have about 25, so we're getting
That's
there
good
for
at
sure.
this time, because there'll be more coming.
Okay, very good. And what are the dates? Do we have a set up time yet?
Yes, I put it in the email. Let's see where that is. There you go. The last day to request one is the September 22nd.
Okay.
And they plan-
Last day, Chris?
Yeah, they plan to have them in place with the base coat.
Very good. Well, I'm happy to approve in our neighborhood that we have, where we live, we have a committee that has volunteered for design. They're already busy on design for the marketing committee. I know how busy you are, so we have
Thank you.
yes, we have half a dozen ladies, men,
Great.
that have already put together a design. and
Is it your face?
yeah. But they've asked for three, I had, they have requested 3 hay bales to put on a tier, so, and they requested it to be green, so I'll share with you the design, but they're busy on design and they're excited about it. So,
I've already talked to Public Works and we'll have to come up with, we're gonna have to use steel, rebar and stuff to make sure it doesn't fall over
oh,
on
does
it.
it?
Yeah, because you know how the bear head kind of fell off last year.
Oh, okay.
He lost his head, yeah, he did. Great,
Great,
great.
that's fantastic, good. So.
But we didn't kill any kids this year planning on it.
Well, you're right.
Yeah.
But it's amazing, even with the sign, they're always gonna do it,
Well,
that's just it.
I think the hay bale trail along with Fall Fest, that's just something.
And everywhere I go,
It's cool.
I don't realize how how far it reaches there.
Yes.
Y'all gonna do the hay bale?
Yeah,
Yes, we're doing.
I know you're
it.
right, good. Thank you. Okay, any other business? Anything else we need to discuss?
I'd like to say something.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Bruce.
A couple of months ago, there was a mention at the POA meeting that Grace wanted to see if we could be designated a Purple Heart City. And I mentioned that to Holly and others, and I think it's a great designation. It's truly an honor if we can do this. Finally, I have received information and I have a contact, and I don't know to what level I'll need to involve the mayor or whoever at City Hall and what they want to, what their requirements are. But I did want you to be aware that I have that information and I do have a contact and I will follow through.
That's fabulous, Bruce. I think it'd be wonderful if we could be designated the Purple Heart City. I think that's great. Thank you for all your work, Bruce.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Bruce.
And I'll be glad to work with you on that, Bruce, and we'll get what you need.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other business? Okay, well, let's go on to the last item, next meeting, we're looking at September the 28th. How does that look? The last Thursday of the month?
I'm okay.
Yeah, you'll be out. Okay, so we'll put that down. Pardon me?
I think it works for me.
Good, great, okay.
And that'll, oh no, it's October the 28th, the golf tournament, never mind.
Great, and we should give us a little more time.
And then you're gonna set up a separate meeting for the
Yes,
club to come in and talk about
yes,
Doug's
I'll
request.
talk to,
Or do
yes.
you wanna do it on the 28th?
Let me see who's available.
Okay.
That's a very good point, possibly for Doug running up here. Let me see.
So he
That's
would only
that's a
have-
good idea.
Although he said he likes to get away, remember?
Yeah, right. I'll, and them being part of this meeting might be good too, if we can get the general involved, since you'll be here. When does the new general manager start?
This month, that's September.
Ah, let's propose that to see. I don't, if it's
And
this
see
point
if
here.
Roy and the general manager
if-
could come. Yeah,
Yes,
okay,
good.
that sounds good.
good, and I'll follow up on that. Good, very good idea. Okay, so September 28th, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Okay, second.
Second.
Good, all in favor? Great,
Aye.
all in favor, say aye. Great. Motion approved. Very good, meeting ended.
Good meeting.
Thank you, very good.
Thank
Thank you. We did a lot.
Thank you, Greg.
I'm glad we got it done.
Are we,